At approximately 1:10 p.m., Baltimore County Police made entry into the residence, and officers found the suspect in this case deceased inside the home.
Do you know if he committed suicide? Can you tell us a little more about what you suspect occurred or you're going to investigate?
It's unknown exactly how he died. We're going to conduct an investigation, and the medical examiners will be able to make that determination.
Was he armed? Did he have a gun nearby?
It's unknown whether there was a gun nearby. I don't have those details at this time. We do know that the suspect is deceased, and that the victim in this case, she's still alive and she's suspected to live, and she's in critical but stable condition at shock trauma.
Do you have a cause of death?
The cause of death, we don't know at this time. Once again, the medical examiner will make all those determinations for us.
So is there something overt wound? Is there an overt wound, even though you don't know for sure?
I don't know. I don't have any of that information at this time.
Are you identifying the victim?
The victim is his name is Terrence Joseph Wilson, and he was born in 1974.
How about the female victim in this case?
I don't have her identity at this time.
But she's his wife.
I've been informed that she is his wife.
And the child, is that their child?
Yes, it's their child, and the child is fine in the custody of family members.
And Lieutenant, if you can go over for us again, I know you don't exactly know the motive right now, but there have been a couple of calls for domestic violence calls to that house recently?
Yes, there have been recent calls for domestic violence at that residence as recent as 2 nights ago. Officers responded there for an argument between the suspect and victim in this case.
So they were able to calm down, no one was taken away? Or...
No, it was just a simple argument that occurred, and once the police got there, the suspect in this case actually left the residence for the rest of the night.
And do you know whether she had any protective orders or anything?
That's unknown at this point.
And do you know if there was another one other than that one in the past? Because I thought it was just the one.
I have no knowledge.
Hey, would you mind, I know you did this earlier today, kind of review the emergency as it unfolded around 9:30 this morning?
Around 9:30, Baltimore County Police responded to the 9500 block of Oak Trace Way for domestic. When the officers got there, they found the victim in this case suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She was transported to shock trauma where she's being treated. She's currently in critical but stable condition. There was also a young 8-year-old child found at the location. He was taken to safety. Officers initiated an investigation, and after a long standoff, we eventually entered the house around 1:10 p.m., checked the house, and found the suspect in this case deceased.
And do you have any information regarding the female victim in this case? When she was met outside by first responders?
She was met at the door. She was on her way out of the door. She was actually walking out of the house, suffering from those multiple gunshot wounds as officers pulled up. And, of course, they rendered aid to her and saw the fact that she was transported to shock trauma.
And then the child came out right after her?
The child was retrieved from the home by police shortly thereafter.
And is there any indication, or do you know, how she manages to walk out?
She just managed to walk out, you know, in these types of situations, even though they're traumatic. People were sometimes able, under their own physical, you know.
You know what I mean? But you have someone with the gun who shot you multiple times. She was allowed to walk out, or I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, I wasn't here. The officers were here. I spoke it to them. They basically conveyed the fact that she walked out. They made attempts to make contact with the suspect, but after they didn't make contact with him, they chose to back away for officer safety purposes and pursue it for departmental policy.
And then you did go in and you found him deceased?
Yes.
And do you know how many times the female individual was shot?
We know that she's been shot multiple times. The exact number, I'm not sure.
Do you police recover any weapons?
It's unknown at this time. The investigation is ongoing. Crime scene investigators, crime lab investigators will be responsible for retrieving any evidence in this case and processing the crime scene from here on.
All right. Thank you very much.
Lieutenant McCullough, thank you.
How do you spell